So today's walk and talk is going to be about the Carnival Paradise that we are docked next to, um, because it's just kind of a remnant of cruise ships past. So it came out in '98, and there's a few interesting things about it, but also just design things that I find fun. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is this non-smoking symbol up there. See that? So when this ship first came out, it was a completely non-smoking ship. That lasted for like 5 years, and then Carnival said they weren't getting enough revenue, being totally smoke-free, so that changed. So this ship came out in '98, so I think it ended in 2003, the smoking ban. The other thing is you see these windows that kind of gradually go down. So it was really common back then. I'm going to say in the 90s. This ship came out in '98. That was when the start of, there was a big transition that happened right around then to ships that had lots and lots of balconies, which you don't see here. So this is more of like a early '90s. This is part of the fantasy class from Carnival. They had a few classes similar to this in that time period, but so they had, these are windows for the show lounge. So when there were windows that were kind of going down like this in the front of the ship, that's where the show lounge was going to be. And then the other thing, as you can see, there's basically no balconies on here. So when this ship first came out, there wasn't any balconies actually, which you could say it was from the late '90s, but that's also when like the Grand Princess started coming out, Voyager of the Seas, like that whole big. And it's also when the advent of all the Panamax ships really started to come into fruition in like the very early 2000s. So this is more of a '90s, very much a '90s thing, and not on the kind of front of trends, but on the back of trends. So lack of balconies. You can also see where the lifeboats are. Modern cruise ships, you'll see the lifeboats in the middle, typically down on like a deck 3 kind of area. So that's partially because cruise ships are only allowed to, or the lifeboats are only allowed to be a certain height off of the water. And so once ships got enough bigger, they couldn't have them up on the like Lido deck area because it's just too tall. It's too far away from the water for it to pass regulations. So anyways, there's my fun couple facts. You can see they added more balconies up there, and they added some down there, and then at the very back I think they added a few too. So yeah, my kind of interesting Carnival Paradise history that we got going on. Oh, let's see if there's some deckies up there on the window looking out. I wonder, yeah, they're looking out. Okay. Tend to be the biggest gossips on the ship, by the way, because they just spend all day on the bridge wing looking out, seeing who went ashore with who, and then gossiping about it. Not that I know anyone that's ever done that, but okay. So that is our talk and walk today, our walk and talk. If someone wants to fact check me, that would also be cool. I'd be game for that. But yeah, Carnival Paradise. I went on a smaller version of her back in probably, how old would I have been? Maybe in 2000, maybe '99. I went on what was the old Holiday, Carnival Holiday. And then the other Carnival ships I've been on, I was on the Carnival Legend, which has a Panamax ship still sailing. And then I was on Carnival Conquest.